Good evening to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about Section 106 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita concerning hit and run accidents and the response of the truck drivers based on this new clause. Let us start the session with the tone of the editorial. The tone of the editorial is balanced and analytical. The writer is discussing the implications an important word, consequences of Section 106 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita (BNS) concerning or related to hit and run accidents and the response from truck drivers. First, we'll see the words, not too many words. The first one, aggravate. Aggravate, we have got many a time. Aggravate means what? Make a problem, injury, or offense worse or more serious. Here you can also say, think of a few idioms like add fuel to the fire, add salt to the injury, make something very bad, already bad, make it worse, aggravate. In conversational English, someone tries to do that, we say, don't aggravate the situation. Scrutinize also, we have got many a time, part of speech verb, aggravate also verb. Examine or inspect closely and thoroughly. You try to examine or inspect something very closely or thoroughly, then it is called scrutinize. Homicide, an important word. You guys have started wonderful. Naidu, Anusha. Homicide, part of speech noun. Here we have a suffix. What is the suffix over here? Side. Side means what? Kill. When we talk about enrichment of word power, I usually tell students you have to enrich your word power. One first and the most important approach, you have to learn the word from a context. Second, you have to learn the words based on roots, prefixes, and suffixes. What is the reason? When you try to learn, according to one study, if you learn about 100 prefixes, suffixes, and roots, you can unlock the meanings of 1 lakh words. English has about 8 lakh words. Of the 8 lakh words, you can unlock the meanings of 1 lakh words based on roots, prefixes, suffixes. Based on this suffix, you can think of a lot of important words. First one, homicide. Homo means what? One meaning, same. Another meaning, Homo sapiens, man's name, biological name. Homo sapiens, sapiens, human being. One human being kills another human being. That act is called the killing of one human being by another. It is called homicide. But based on this, you have to recollect some important words. In many exams, they've given the word genocide. Tell me what is the meaning of the word genocide. Yes, that's true. Genocide means killing people of a particular race or community. You try to kill the people of a particular race or community, it is called genocide. Then you have to recollect, I'm sure many of you know, patricide. Pater means father. Patricide, killing one's father. Matricide. Mater means mother, killing one's mother. Fratricide, an important word. What I have noticed, fraternity means what? Brotherhood. Based on that, a lot of students think fratricide, killing one's brother. But do remember, fratricide means killing one's brother or sister. This is something important you have to remember. Don't think it is only killing one's brother, could be brother or sister. Then you have words like infanticide, feticide, insecticide, pesticide, suicide, sororicide. All these words, one shot you can learn. And here you can create word maps. Take a particular root word or prefix or suffix, draw lines in different directions, and try to write all the words based on that particular root or prefix or suffix. And easy to learn, easy to remember, easy to recollect. Abstain, it takes a preposition from, we have got many a time, part of speech verb. Restrain, this also takes a preposition from oneself from doing or enjoying something. Not to indulge, refrain from something. Don't indulge in something. that is sensual or that gives pleasure. Abstain from drinks. Abstain from bad habits. Exactly. Refrain also you can think. One more word over here, refrain. Resort, we all know as a noun, summer resort, winter resort. But here, resort is a verb. As a verb, it's an important word. Turn to and adopt a course of action, especially an extreme or undesirable one, so as to resolve a difficult situation. You want to resolve a difficult situation, then you take an extreme step. Then we say they have resorted to. Generally, it takes the crowd has resorted to violence, resort to violence, resort to crime. Combinations also very important. Stringent, we have got many a time. Stringent goes with rules and regulations, rules especially. Part of speech adjective, marked by rigor, strictness, or severity. Generally, we say strict, being very strict. Fatal causes death, dangerous. From that, you get fatalities. Fatality is noun, fatal, adjective. Fatal accident causing death. An occurrence of death by accident in war or from disease. But generally, we use it with accident. Fatal accident, fatalities, noun form. Culpable homicide, that is there in the list. I had to separate. Culpable, part of speech adjective, deserving blame. Something is worth, you can consider, you can blame, deserving blame, culpable. Usually it takes a word, culpable offense, one more word, culpable homicide. These are the typical combinations. Onus, we have got many a time, part of speech, noun, one's duty or responsibility. It is the onus of someone. Means what? Responsibility of someone. Free also, many words are familiar. This is what happens. When you read the Hindu editorial every day for 6 months to 9 months, you will become very good at English, one thing. You will become knowledgeable, second thing. You will become good at reading comprehension skill, vocabulary. And with this, you can get 3, 4 jobs one shot in a short span of 9 to 12 months. How many months? Maximum 1 year. Same words get repeated, same context, same idiom, same phrasal verbs. And in the exam, you get the same context. When you read a sentence, you feel, oh, this is familiar. And you will be able to answer with a broad smile. Free part of speech verb, run away from a place or situation of danger. Generally, it goes with a thief. We can also, sometimes we also flee whenever there is a danger. Imagine someone says there's a bomb in a particular place, you are there, then you try to flee from that place, run away from that danger. Lynching, you may get as a passage in the past they gave. When I give the 50 topics, I use this also, socio-cultural problems. I think a few years ago, this topic was in the limelight, lynching. Lynch is a verb, lynching is a noun form. Of a group of people kill someone for an alleged offense without a legal trial, especially by hanging. Usually this goes with villages, rural areas. They suspect a person, usually someone like, they think an old woman is a witch or an old, no, fugitive is different. That is entirely different. We cannot use as a verb, flee goes with running away from danger. But fugitive has a negative connotation. You commit crime and you run away. Then we use the word fugitive. In a way related, but not exactly. A witch or black magic or sorcerer. In villages, they suspect a particular person, an old woman, to be a witch. They feel she has resorted to witchcraft. Then they catch that old woman, they hit, they kill, usually by hanging. That act is called lynching by a group of people. They don't have the legal right without a legal trial. They take the law into their hands. Then we use the term lynching. Those are the words from today's editorial. Not too many words, and many words are quite familiar. My pleasure, Naidu. Striking fear. What does it mean? Cause fear. Among whom? About what? On hit and run accident cases and Section 106 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. This is all about hit and run cases. In the past, Harry Potter, that is true. In the past, we had 304A section. In its place, the government has brought a new section, 106, and here, because of the new section, the imprisonment term from 2 years gone up to 5 years, sometimes potential 10 years. Obviously, the truck drivers, they have their own apprehensions and they try to protest. What is the main idea? Drivers strike is a test for severity of hit and run clause. It's a test for what? Severity of hit and run clause in new penal code. The new penal code is called what? BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So it is a test for severity of this hit and run clause, how severe it is, and what are the implications. How do the truck drivers respond? They have already responded. How have they responded? And what is the stand taken by the government? The provision in the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita BNS that treats hit and run accident cases as an aggravated form of the offense of causing death by rashness or negligence will be the first in the new, yet to be implemented code to be scrutinized for its severity. Here they have used the word test for severity. So they're going to scrutinize, examine the severity of this particular clause 106 related to hit and run cases or hit and run offense. The provision in the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita that treats hit and run accident cases as an aggravated form. Aggravated means what? Already bad, changing that to worse of the offense. It is considered an offense of causing death by rashness. There are two words over here. Rash driving. You have to know the combination. I'm sure you all know. Rash driving, very fast, careless. We use the term rash driving and negligence, not taking care of some certain things while driving, like not giving the indicator, not following the traffic rules. Rashness or negligence will be the first in the new. There's a particular clause in the new Indian Penal Code, which is now called Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, and the first in the new law, yet to be implemented code. This is an important expression, yet to come, yet to come, yet to implement active voice, yet to be implemented passive voice, yet to be implemented to be scrutinized for its severity. This is also in passive, to be scrutinized, examined for its severity. Based on this, with truck drivers worried about the implications of Section 106 of the BNS, abstaining from work. Here you have to look at this with truck drivers abstaining from work. All these words are used to add more information. With truck drivers worried about the implications of Section 106 of the BNS. But how should you read this? With truck drivers abstaining from work, the government has promised to bring it into play only after consultations with the All India Motor Transport Congress. Immediately after this has come into the limelight, the truck drivers went on strike. Initially, transport owners, truck drivers went on strike. Go on strike. Remember the preposition? Go on strike, past, went on strike. They abstain from work. Abstain from work means what? To go on strike. With truck drivers abstaining from work, what was the response of the government? The government has promised present perfect active voice. To bring it into play means to make it active, to invoke that only after consultations with the All India Motor Transport Congress. They're not going to implement just like that based on the apprehensions of the truck drivers, looking at the severity of the particular clause. The government has assured they will not implement or they will not invoke. First, they will talk to the particular Congress consultations, then they will consider what is that organization, All India Motor Transport Congress. Writers for the flow, for coherence, they use link words. Usually they are contrasting words. They could be contrasting words, a reason or purpose, any of these. Here contrast. However, with the transporter's body taking the stand that the strike was primarily resorted to. Here, the preposition is very important. By the drivers who feared additional criminal liability, the issue will require tactful handling. However, with the transporters, very good, who is that? However, but yet, in spite of, despite, though, although, even though, very good. I appreciate that, Anusha. After that, Tripura Sundari also. Transporters, tell me why is this important? You have to respond. Here we have a noun in the plural form. When we have a plural noun that ends in the letter S, we should use the apostrophe after the letter S. Generally possessive case, we use the apostrophe boy's bag. Means what? It belongs to one particular. Whose bag is that? That boy's bag. But common error, a lot of people write boys hostel. Is this right or wrong? Wrong. Here we have a noun in the plural form. What is the noun here? Boys, because the hostel belongs to all the boys, and this plural noun ends in the letter S. Based on that, we have to use the apostrophe after the letter S. Boys hostel. But outside, you see a lot of people make that mistake because the painter is not good at English. This it has to catch your attention. Transporters, plural, based on that apostrophe after S. Body taking the stand that, what is the stand taken by transporter's body? The strike was primarily resorted to by the drivers who feared additional criminal liability. Based on that, the issue will require tactful handling. Tactful means what? Careful. It has now become an issue that concerns transport workers than those running the business of transportation. Here we have two groups. One group, transport owners, those who run the business of transportation. The other, transport workers. Because the owners said it was the workers, the truck drivers, resorted to strike. Now this issue concerns transport drivers, not those who are running the business of transportation. It may appear that a strike against a law that makes penal provisions concerning hit and run accidents more stringent is unjustified. Generally, what happens when the government comes up with a particular law that is very strict and that deals with something like hit and run case, people should appreciate. On the other hand, they have gone on strike. So at the outset, it looks like it cannot be justified. That means unjustified. It may appear, chances are there, that a strike against a law that makes penal provisions concerning hit and run accidents more stringent is unjustified, obviously, especially in the context of road accidents becoming a leading source of fatalities in the country. Especially, what is the context here? In the context of road accidents, a major source of road accidents, fatalities, because of road accidents becoming a leading source of fatalities in the country. So many deaths in the country, but what is the leading source of the deaths of fatalities? Road accidents. Keeping that in mind, if the law becomes more strict or stringent, they have to be happy, but they're protesting. So apparently it looks like unjustified. However, contrasting information. It has also drawn attention to the question whether there was a case for increasing the jail term for accidents from 2 to 5 years in all cases. On the other hand, it has also drawn attention. Draw attention means to make someone focus on something. However, it has also drawn attention to the question whether there was a case, if at all there was a case for increasing the jail, means is there any justification to increase the jail term for accidents from 2 to 5 years in all cases and to 10 years in the case of failure to report them to the authorities. In the past, based on 304A, 2 years. Now, based on section 106, 2 years to 5 years changed. In some cases, if they do not inform the authorities, it may go up to 10 years. Section 106 of the BNS will replace, here we have two. Section 106, the latest one, Old one 304A. Section 106 of the BNS will replace Section 304A of the IPC, which punish the causing of death by rash and negligent act that does not amount to culpable homicide. This hit and run case or hit and run cases are not considered. They do not amount to culpable homicide. Culpable means what? Deserving blame. And homicide means what? The killing of one human being by another. They do not amount to homicide, culpable homicide. The existing section provides for a 2-year jail term. That's what I said. From 2 years, it has gone to 5 years, in some cases, 10 years. There are three components to Section 106. What is the first one? First, it prescribes, means it tells, this is a term, a prison term of up to 5 years, besides a fine, for causing death due to rash or negligent acts. That is one thing. Second, it provides for reduced criminal liability for registered medical doctors of 2 years in jail if death occurred in the course of a medical procedure. Imagine during medical procedure, death occurred. Then reduced criminal liability for registered medical doctors of 2 years in jail. The second clause concerns road accident in which, if the person involved in rash and negligent driving escapes without reporting it to a police officer or a magistrate soon after the incident, the imprisonment may extend to 10 years and a fine. There are two dimensions here. One is from 2 years, it has gone to 5 years in case of hit and run case. At the same time, in the case of hit and run case, if the driver does not inform the authorities, the police officer, or the district magistrate, then it may go up to 10 years, extend to 10 years with a fine. Generally, what happens, what do the drivers do whenever there's an accident? What is the reaction of the drivers? This sentence talks about that. Drivers flee an accident scene out of fear of lynching. Flee means what? Escape, run away from danger. Why do they do that? They have this fear of lynching. Lynching means what? Imagine something happened at a particular place, a particular driver caused accident, and the person died. Those who are in and around, they try to catch the driver. First thing, they hit him black and blue. Second, very serious, they may kill that person. That is what we call lynching. Because of that fear, the driver's immediate reaction. Here, I would like to tell two terms which are very important: fight or flight mechanism. Have you heard of these words? Fight or flight mechanism. All animals take fight or flight mechanism, except the big cats, the predators. Predators take fight mechanism. All other animals, including man, snakes also, they take flight mechanism. Flight means what? To run away from the danger, to beat black and blue. Flight mechanism. So here, drivers fleeing from the scene is nothing but flight mechanism, escaping. That is quite natural. In such cases, if at all they flee or run away from the spot, in such cases, the authorities seem to believe that such drivers can move away from the scene of crime and then report to the police. So, what is the stand taken by the authorities? They feel the driver should not run away, the driver should not flee, the driver should move away from that place and inform the police. But to what extent that is practical, that's a different question. The term hit and run, why do we say, when do we say hit and run case? Now, the writer, it should have been at the beginning of the editorial. The term hit and run is one in which the offending vehicle is not identified. That means you cannot tell, yes, same questions, Pandu. If you have already watched that, for today, same. Tomorrow I may change. That is different. This is different. Not today, it is the same. From tomorrow, I will change. It must be so here the number, you know the number, then it is not hit and run case. The number is not there, missing, then it is hit and run case. It must be emphasized that once a person causing a fatal accident is identified, the onus, the responsibility on the police to prove culpability for rashness or negligence remains the same. After identifying also, the responsibility is with the police to prove. Given that many accidents are caused due to poor road conditions too. Now, another dimension here. What is that dimension? Road accidents may happen because of two reasons. One reason, because of the rash driving negligence of the truck drivers. At the same time, the jaywalkers. Who is a jaywalker? I have given many a time. Those who attend regularly. Answer the question. Who is a jaywalker? Jaywalker means a person who does not follow the traffic rules while walking. Imagine a truck driver driving at normal speed, but all of a sudden, from nowhere, a person crosses the road. That person is called a jaywalker. That results in accident. In that case, we cannot blame the truck driver, mistake of the jaywalker. And also, sometimes what happens, road conditions are very bad. And if you take road conditions, imagine the driver, truck driver driving, all of a sudden, he comes across a pothole or he comes across a puddle. What is the difference between a pothole and a puddle? Pothole means a hole in the middle of the road. And this particular hole during a rainy season, monsoon time, it becomes bigger and gets filled with water. When it has water, we call it puddle. He may try to avoid that pothole or puddle, then it may result in accident. That also we have to consider. Given that many accidents are caused due to poor road conditions too, a relevant question, a pertinent question is whether the law should focus on raising present terms or on a comprehensive, exhaustive, complete accident prevention policy package covering imprisonment, compensation, and safety. They should have editorial opines it is better to focus on comprehensive accident prevention policy package rather than raising present terms. When can you raise the present terms if everything is normal? What is a normal condition? Roads are very good, infrastructure is very good, no jaywalkers, everyone follows the traffic rules while walking, while driving, and compliance, 100% compliance when it comes to following the rules while driving. Obviously, then you can blame the driver. But with all these ifs and buts, we cannot put the blame squarely on the driver and we cannot increase the term. That is a major apprehension of the drivers, in my opinion, can be justified. It is not that simple. You cannot simply every time put the blame on the driver. It is not like that. That's all about this editorial. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session of the editorial. Now let us go to questions based on comprehension skill from this editorial. Try to answer the first one. What is the primary concern of truck drivers regarding section 106 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita BNS? The question is about the concern truck drivers regarding one particular section 106. Increased fines for road violations? No. Fear of additional criminal liability in hit and run cases? Hold this one. Why those Anu? Compensation. Okay, hush money. Hush money has a different meaning. Compensation is a positive word. Hush money, a negative word. Payment, bribe, kickback. Hush money, bribe, kickback, they all have negative connotations. Compensation is a neutral term, usually positive connotation. Lack of representation in the government decision making, not correct. Dissatisfaction with the All India Motor Transport Congress. So, what is the answer here? B is the answer. Additional criminal liability from 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Which provision in the BNS is being scrutinized for its severity, particularly by truck drivers? Good, I appreciate that, your response. You all have a positive attitude. Section 304A of the IPC, Section 106 of the BNS, Section 10, it does not talk about that. 5 does not talk about that. It is not about, this is an old one. The issue is all about the new one. Which one? What is the new one? Section 106 of the BNS. What does Section 106 of the BNS replace from the Indian Penal Code? Is it to answer Section 302? No. 279? No. 304A, 304A, that is answer, not 420. What is the answer here? C is the answer for question number 3. Yes. What is a potential jail term for causing death due to rash or negligent acts as per section 106 of the BNS? Potential jail term. That means you have to consider the maximum. Potential jail term means maximum jail term. So what is the answer? 2 years, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. It is potential jail term is 10 years. Question number 5. According to the editorial, why do some drivers flee the scene of a hit and run accident? Why do they run away from the scene? What could be the reason? Or what is the reason? Clearly mentioned in the passage. To avoid paying fines? No. Fear of lynching. Lack of awareness about the legal consequences. To protest against the government? No. They have this fear of lynching, so they flee. Idioms and phrases, 5 idioms, 5 meanings. Try to get all the 5. These are very important, SBI especially. Go to the dogs. This goes with efforts, hard work, and also money, investment. Word combinations are very important. Do remember from the exam point of view. Your effort should not go to the dogs. Your effort should not go down the drain. The money you have spent should not go to the dogs. The investment should not go down the drain. Another idiom with the same meaning, go down the drain. Same. Go to the dogs, go down the drain. Both mean the same. Answer is, oh, it is here. What is this? Listen to me first. No, please listen to me. My mistake, I should have told. Here you have 10 idioms. There's a new pattern, new model. No, don't answer. Please listen to me. Here, not 5 idioms, we have 10 idioms. And same meaning, we may have 2 or 3 idioms. First column, idioms. Second column, idioms. In the second column, you may have another idiom with the same meaning. You have to identify those idioms, or pairs. Based on that, here, go to the dogs, go down the drain, one pair. So what is the answer here? B. Apple pie order. What is the answer? Apple pie order means everything in proper order. For that, we also say spick and span. Apple of discord, cause of dispute. I know that. And what is the answer here? A. Bone of contention, apple of discord, both mean the same. At daggers drawn, at loggerheads, always opposing. Answer is E. He has green fingers, British English, British English. Green thumb, American English. Both mean the same. So what is the answer here? D. That's very good. I appreciate all the 5. Wonderful. The words you got yesterday, 10 words. Try to get all the 10. Consolidation, very important. Beneficiary. What is the meaning of the word beneficiary? I think because of the exam today, the number has come down. And keep answering before I wind up the session, because tomorrow is the exam. I thought not advisable to bring another mock. I told the same thing. In this session itself, I will give I will give uh, the tips I told yesterday also, but still, beneficiary one who gets the benefits or the advantages or the privileges. Mandatory means what? Something that is compulsory. One of the meanings. Mandate has another meaning. Dampener, someone or something that discourages, spoils someone's spirit. Content, based on the editorial. To take a particular stand and work, stick to that, be firm about that particular stand. Content for rights, for privileges, whatever. Devoid takes the preposition of. Devoid of means what? Lack of, dearth of. Recourse, I think I'm going fast. You guys are with the third one. I will wait. Keep answering. Pandu, don't bring new ones. I told last time also. If I keep answering the new ones, then we'll go off the track. Whatever I talk about, mention that. Talk about that. Ask questions. I'll be happy to answer. Lack, dearth, scarce. What is the next one? Recourse. Sixth one, you have to answer. Recourse means what? Support or encourage. In a particular difficult situation, you support recourse. Help, exactly. In a difficulty. Very good. I do. I appreciate that. Discrepancy. Difference between what you think, what others think, or difference between what someone projects and the reality. There's a discrepancy between what the manager says and what the management thinks. Endorse has a different meaning, Anusha. It goes with the product, celebrity. Support, recourse has a different meaning altogether. Erroneously, differences, that is true, Pandu. Discrepancies, differences. When it comes to data, by mistake, fault, erroneous, mistake, blunder, error, yes. Consent. He has given his consent means what? Approval. Disparity, that is also a good word. Approval or agreement. Bear out, based on the context. Bear out means what? In the editorial, it was used borne out. What does it mean? Yes, that is true. Tripura Sundari. Agreement or permission received from authority. Consent, approval, endorsement, ratify. Very good, Pandu. Blunder, bungle. Informal word. Tenth one, bear out means what? Confirm or support or strengthen or fortify or reinforce. Yes. Who is this? I'm a teacher and watch your classes regularly. I really got benefited. Oh, glad to know that Ishwar Reddy. My pleasure. And this platform, I keep getting teachers, professionals. There's a lot to learn from every editorial. That's what I tell students. Not only students, teachers, professionals, and those who are in a particular field. Anyone can learn from one editorial. One editorial every day is enough to raise your standards and improve your English. I strongly believe in that, and all these, whatever I receive, they confirm my conviction. What is my conviction? If a student or a candidate, especially those who are preparing for competitive exams, And these sessions are to improve your proficiency in English. Any candidate, any person who wants to improve his or her English, obviously one good source, one editorial every day. You can learn a lot. You can improve your contextual awareness, enrich your word power, become good at effective English, idioms and phrasal verbs, prepositional combinations, phrases, sentence patterns. So much is there to learn. Thank you very much. All of you, all the best. Do well. Those who are taking the exam tomorrow, do remember, go with a positive mindset, very important. And whatever the paper, give your best. If it is really tough, don't panic. Tell yourself this is a tough paper. For everyone, it is tough. So it doesn't make any difference. I will give my best and try to deal with the paper objectively. What does it mean? Very objectively. Look at the question, try to answer. Don't try to deal with the paper subjectively. Easy paper, moderate paper, tough paper. Don't take those. Don't entertain those thoughts. Question, you know, answer. You don't know, leave. That's it. Don't be greedy. Don't try to answer all the questions. Whatever you know, you answer. You know for sure, answer. You don't know, leave. All the best. Do well. And tomorrow evening, I would like to have the feedback. You can come up with bring a few questions and talk about the level of difficulty and how these sessions have helped when it comes to the exam. How do they help? You can throw some light. Good night to all of you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much.